Hi. As you can see, my face is getting back to normal. Thank God, because yesterday when I came back from the dentist, my dogs were barking at me and they couldn't recognize me. And that's so bad. He's laughing. The asshole is laughing. Anyway, I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for the reception to my last videos, to the explanation of our problem, the big veterinary bill that we have, and the fact that so many of you are helping. I think these impromptu conversations, completely raw and natural, are helping a lot. It's helping us make our point across and for you to understand us. Today, I wanted to talk about something that I think is important. Many people ask me, how come you don't have a normal shelter? Why don't you do like Takis? You know, he has 600, 700 dogs. I'm going to explain you why. Our model is different. There's nothing wrong with what Takis does. On the contrary, I love the guy. Come on, I went to Greece to spend a day with him and bring him some medicine. I mean, this guy is really great. But his model is different to ours. And I'm going to explain you why it's different. It all comes from the way I was raised and what I learned in my life and from what I experienced in Turkey. This organization started in Turkey, a place that is notorious because it has the worst shelters you can possibly imagine. When I arrived there and I started seeing so many dogs on the streets, I tried to understand the problem, and I realized that part of the problem was the Turkish shelter system. That was not shelter. Those were concentration camps for dogs, with hundreds, sometimes thousands of dogs living in horrific conditions, devoid of all care, veterinary care. Forget it. I mean, they were like killing stations. I mean, something awful and appalling. It was in this time that I met a really nice British guy called Robert Smith. Robert Smith became my mentor, and he taught me everything I knew until that time. Now, he made me understand that shelters were part of the problem. There were concentration camps for dogs that will never have an impact in the problem in Turkey, where there were so many dogs on the streets. The solution there was neuter and return. So, when I came back to Spain, instead of opening a shelter and opening my own concentration camp for dogs, what I did was I built a home for them, a real home, temporary home. I call it a rescue center. That's why we don't use shelter. But for you to understand, it's a rescue center. What the Grey House, as it is called now, does is a temporary home for them. After the treatment, after rescue, they go there and they stay for as long as needed until a family is found. During this time, they have all kinds of service, rehabilitation, we have physiotherapies, there's swimming pool, and most importantly, there's human company. There are people that take care of the animals, but not like, they are not stored in like sections. And I mean, I've seen so many horrible things. No. Over there, our dogs are free. They interact with each other. They interact with all of us. I mean, it's family life, and you can see that in our videos. I think it's our videos of the Great House. They're undeniable, really. You see happy dogs. You see dogs playing. You see dogs at the swimming pool. You see, it's great. It really is a great place. Now, that turned out to be much more sustainable than me opening a concentration camp for dogs, filling it up with dogs, and never being able to find a home for any of them because there are so many that I cannot even take a proper video. And then there's the issue of responsibility. I just couldn't stand the idea of being in bed on a Sunday morning and then thinking that maybe at the shelter 4 or 5 of our dogs were dead because there was a fight overnight. And this is something that I have seen so many times in shelters in Turkey, in shelters in Spain. It's a common occurrence. These dogs are not well cared. They are not properly housed. This is not a normal life for them. I've seen so many dogs tied to trees, tied to walls, 10 dogs in a space where it's barely suitable for 2. I've seen it all. And that's not the kind of life that I wanted our dogs to have, and that's not the kind of life that I wanted to have for myself, for the people working in my team. That's not what we do. So instead, we built a system that was much more sustainable, that was easier to run, and that made everybody happy. First of all, the dogs. Come on. I mean, that's why our dogs are so old, because they were rescued. Many of them couldn't be rehomed because they are paralyzed, incontinent, and they have severe issues that made an adoption really unlikely or outright impossible. Dickens, come on, we tried to find homes for him. One failed, the other one didn't show up. Nancy, I mean, a dog that stands up and falls, not possible. But with us, with the environment that we can provide them, they have wonderful, fulfilling lives, full of quality of life. These guys, I mean, they have a great life. Something, I mean, really, really great. But I couldn't put them in a normal shelter. And then, how do I show you that? You all know Nancy, Dickens, Dorian, Jordan. You know them by first name. You wouldn't if I had 700 dogs. You wouldn't even look at me if you saw my dogs crawling on land, suffering. How could I ask for help when I'm not even able to provide a proper living environment for the dogs that we care for? You see, this shelter, this rescue center represents Let's Adopt, represents my work, my life mission. It had to be perfect. It couldn't be any other way. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if I was running a horrible place. I'm not saying that normal shelters are horrible places. I mean, they all respond to a need, but most importantly, they respond to the capabilities and the understanding of life of the people that run them. For example, Takis shelter. It's a lovely place. It's a great place. I love Takis. I've been there. I traveled to Greece to spend a few hours with him. I went there to deliver medicines. I made a friend. I admire the guy. He's just great. But I couldn't run Takis shelter. The responsibility, the fear of something happened to me and then the dogs will all eat each other. I couldn't. There's so many dogs as well. I just couldn't. So instead, I mean, come on, let's talk about something else. Romania. I've seen a shelter in Romania with 5,000 dogs. 5,000 dogs living like birds on cages. Awful. What kind of life would I have if I was running a place like this? I mean, I wouldn't have conscience. It doesn't matter if I was making an effort to rehome them, send them overseas, because in Romania there are no adoptions. But I couldn't live with myself, thinking that I am perpetuating a system that is making so many animals suffer, and that maybe eventually some point down the line they will find a home. So instead, I built something sustainable. I built a place where animals come and go, where other animals come and stay for life, but that is at the same time sustainable and sustained and supported by an amazing community of animal lovers that see what we do, that believe in what we do, that know the animals by the name, that many of you have been there. That was better. That was better. So next time somebody asks me, how come your shelter? Come on, you only have 40 dogs. No. We have 40 dogs at any given time, but they come and they go, they come and they go, they come and they go. That's much better than housing 700 dogs for life with zero chances of adoption, and where the only way forward is to grow the concentration camp. No, this is not us. This is not us. So this thing has a cost. Of course it has a cost. Dogs live happily, and because they live happily and healthy, they tend not to die until they get much older. So most of our animals are now over 12. Nancy must be 11, 12, so is Dickens, so is everybody. They all have full, wonderful, happy lives, and you've been part of it. And this is where your donations go. Your donations don't only go to pay veterinary bills. No. You also pay for the care, the upkeep of all those dogs, for their lives, for the people that help them, for the people that are there expressing helping them pee and poo because some of them are incontinent. It's a hard work. You've seen Maribel every day for so many years. Now she had a baby, she took a break, and now she's back. We have wonderful people. Ronald, Amparo. You've seen Amparo for so many years. Now we have Dario, my brother. And come on, this, you see our videos and you think, wow, this place is different. And this is why I'm here. Because we need to keep all this dream alive. We need to keep this system alive. Now it's our vet bills. Okay? Yeah, we're on the way of paying them. It's gonna be okay. I'm sure by the end of the week, it's gonna be okay. But we have to keep a sustainable system, and for this, I need to strengthen the community. And this is why I need to ask to please support us. I think it's a great cause. It's a lovely cause. It's a cause that is very dear to your heart. It's a cause that you see the effects of what we do every single day. You see the animals you support. Just come on. There's nothing like that everywhere or anywhere. Or at least I don't see it. So I'm inviting you. Please donate. Donate on a recurrent basis. Don't be afraid. Come on, we're trustworthy people. If there's ever a problem, we're going to be here. It's so easy to reach us. Just join us. We need you. Please donate. Help us continue this amazing place that is the great house and this organization that is Let's Love.